Hello everyone, this is part 35 of What If Naruto Figured It All Out, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Chains filled the bee room. On Kushina's mind forest, the leaves went dark and felled. The river dried. Skuld was released from the chains, falling on the river. She woke up with the impact. What? Skuld couldn't move well. Her body continued injured from aiding Frigg. The chains moved again, pulling the angel up. How? How did she? I was sure she would survive. Phoenix's eye opened wide, seeing Skuld coming out from Frigg's body. The room was brightened by the angel's light. She looked at the Uchiha. I hate Uchihas. The angel confessed. You really can't stand people's happiness. Go and find me Kyuubi. Phoenix ordered. Skuld turned back, staring at Frigg, whose hair was slowly returning to the original blonde. Tears fell from her eyes. The angel shined again and disappeared. Phoenix summoned one of his birds and flew after her. On the bed, Frigg smiled. He hasn't found him. Thank you, God. Frigg's eyes were losing their colors. I'm pitiful, I'm so weak, sorry, Minato. Because of my weakness, you won't be able to achieve your dreams, I was sure, you would, be, ho, her breath ceased. Skuld's shooting star continued moving through the sky, followed by a fire bird. She entered in a house, where some bee were adorning the entrance. Sorry, I promise I'll pay. A man all thorn up begged. In front of him was a person who seemed to be 25 years old. He had a huge red-orange hair, red eyes and fox's tails and ears. The man also had whiskers drawn on his face and sharp teeth. Wearing his dark red-styled kimono, the man kicked the other's face, making him cry. I K that guy and you promised me you would give a grateful payment. I'll K you and have you for dinner, along with your partners. The long-haired man said. His voice sure was deep voice for someone who seemed to be so young. Skuld appeared behind him. The fragile man smiled filled with hope. You came to save me. The man didn't finish his sentence. The boy stepped on his head, it into tiny pieces, splashing the bee all around the ground. The man turned back. Skuld. He sure was surprised, smiling. Long time no see. Skuld stared at him with her weak face. What? Did you get your butt kicked? That's so unusual. So, who is it this time? Minato, Skuld said, paining. The boy smiled. Sorry, Kyuubi, he followed me. The angel disappeared. Kyuubi put his hands on the pockets, watching her leave. What was she talking about? Kyuubi said, and then a phoenix landed in front of him. Phoenix stared at the demon. Kyuubi knit his brows. I see, and Uchiha, the Biju smiled. Coming before me without any army, sure Uchihas grow stupider with every generation. I want you to serve me, Kyuubi. Phoenix said, causing the Biju to laugh out loud, holding his belly. Me, a great Duke demon, serving an Uchiha. Ha ha. Kyuubi grinned and passed by Phoenix, turning his back at him. Sorry, I got work to do. If there is a thing that pleasures me, it's fighting Kurogen's heirs. Phoenix smiled. I'm obligating you to do it. Phoenix insisted, peacefully. Kyuubi stared at him. I beg your pardon. I'm Uchiha's Madara grandson and his direct heir in lineage. Susanoo's bee runs on my veins. Unlike the way it works with angels, demons have to obey their superiors, in your case, me, who descends from a great king. Phoenix explained. Kyuubi groaned. I want you to destroy Konoha. Konoha. Kyuubi found it strange. But your horny grandpa had so much work building it. I will rebuild it, my way. Phoenix said. K every ninja capable of fighting, and I will govern the others. Kyuubi turned his look, thinking. You can try to K Minato, but he is immortal. The demon looked back at him. When a Kurogen's heir is immortal at his matching Skuld's time of death, I have to K around 100,000 people, Kyuubi explained. I have no idea who this Minato is. K them. Phoenix insisted again. Kyuubi caught him by the N. Listen, human. I have more to do than being your puppy. Kyuubi screamed. Phoenix showed his Mangekyo Sharingan. Then you have to put those things aside and become my pet. Phoenix screamed. K. The Leafs. I order you. QB left him. If you don't obey me, you'll left being a demon and you'll turn into a human. It's that what you want, QB no Yoko. QB walked away. I answer only before Sasano Osama. The Biju said, while his red chakra started filling the area. His body changed, turning into a huge red-orange nine-tailed fox. He looked back at Phoenix. What goes around, comes around, Uchiha. The fox started running in Konoha's direction. Phoenix smiled. Konoha, he whispered. In the hidden moon, Mirai was sleeping alone, hugging Mr. Twinkles. The girl opened her eyes and started feeling an intense pain on her fingers. She cried loud. Grandpa, Grandpa, she screamed, looking at her fingers. Her nails got putrid and bled, and eventually fell. In their place, black nails with white tips grew. Her body was paining a lot. Grandpa, she sniffed. Her eyes opened wide when she felt her body raising up on the air. Why are you crying? The old Tsukikage asked, but he startled when he saw her floating. Help me, Mirai cried. Her body got surrounded by golden chains. Save me, save me. Her grandfather looked down, feeling sorry. Sorry, but unfortunately, I can't do that, none can, he said. Mirai felt desperate, seeing that not even her own grandfather would rescue her. Skuld's spirit appeared and held her on her arms. The child stared at her. See, Skuld said, staring Mirai in the eyes. Her 5 pupils irradiated a light that held the princess' eyes, making her cry even more. See the future, Mirai. See. Mirai's eyes were losing the green, which slowly turned into blue. Can you see it? Mirai was seeing Konoha. Skuld's spirit started entering her body, while Gamma and Omega's seals appeared on her arms and legs, Amaterasu and Tsukiyomi's on the eyes and Kurogen's on the sea. From this day forward, my eyes will be yours. Your strength will be mine, we will share the same body and fate. See. Mirai continued floating. Uncle Flash, why are you crying? She asked. The Hokage reached the castle, entering in a run. Kushina, Kushina, he called, while searching for her. There was a room with light. Minato's smile increased. Kushi. Her body was sit on the bed, with the sheets already filled with her bee. The room was so cold. Cold. Empty. The Hokage's lower lip was trembling, while his tears have no strength to fall, fearing all the others could follow them. Minato couldn't breath. Sorrow. He moved his feet slowly, while every breath he took appeared to come with a heavy weight. Sadness. Minato put his hand on her face. It was frozen, along with his heart. Kushina, he called her, while pulling her to him. She was so cold. You're so cruel. Without even saying goodbye, Minato whispered, caressing her hair, as if doing it would awaken her. He couldn't avoid more, his tears started falling. Breathing, sure it was paining a lot. You really are selfish, how could you have and let me alone? Alone. Minato's body was trembling. He started crying and crying. Kushina. He screamed, feeling his voice scratching his tea. Come back to me, please. Kushina. I love you, please. He poured as he never poured before. There was another cry. Minato's eyes opened wide. It was a baby cry. He felt something moving under the blankets. The Hokage, trembling, pulled them slowly, seeing a baby crying scared. Light. Minato cried again, picking the baby and sensing his warm body. The man leaned the baby's face on his, rubbing on him. The baby clammed down, feeling his father's warm face and strong arms holding him. Don't cry, Minato said, crying. Daddy's here. Daddy will always be here for you. He put the baby on his arms, hugging him once again. You're so handsome. So strong, my Naruto. The Hokage didn't hold on and cried again. Even with all the joy of seeing his child safe, he couldn't stop thinking about Friggin' that, from that day forward, he would only see her on his memories. He laid down on the bed, hugging Naruto and covering him with his Hokage's jacket. Naruto's face was right in front of Minato's, so his father's breath could warm his face. The man tried to calm down, but his heart didn't let him do it. He tried to sleep, sure sleeping can take our pain away. Away. Now Minato had to think about Naruto, but in that moment, he just wanted to cry all he had to cry, so tomorrow. He wouldn't have to cry anymore. Not anymore. In Konoha, Kakashi was on Yondaime's office. Jiraiya and Tsunade entered and were surprised to see him. Kakashi, Weren't you supposed to be keeping an eye on Kushina? Jiraiya asked. Kakashi was about to speak, but there was an earthquake. What? An earthquake? That's pretty unusual. Tsunade said, when it stopped, but another one followed it. What in? Her face lost its colors. Jiraiya and Kakashi looked at her. What's wrong? Jiraiya asked. Tsunade, shivering and sweating like she never did before, rose her arm and pointed to the window. Kakashi and Jiraiya followed her with the eyes. That was a scene none would forget. On the woods, outside Konoha's walls, a huge nine-tailed demon fox appeared, destroying everything on its path. Its chakra was terrifying. Its size was bigger than any great summoned animal. Its eyes could paralyze a person with fear. Death. Oh, God, Jiraiya said and quickly turned to Kakashi. Where is Minato? Go and call him quickly. But Sensei is outside Konoha. He is on his castle. To get there I have to pass over that thing. Kakashi was also shivering. Jiraiya couldn't censure him, because his body also showed his fear. What? You're our only hope, Jiraiya said and grabbed Tsunade, who continued too shocked to speak. Come. We need to alert the city. Quickly, the word was passed over the sleeping village. When the shinobis put their heads on the windows of their houses, they saw the image of horror and despair. There were knocks all over the place and ninjas mobilizing outside Konoha. The ones who stayed could only pray, so destruction couldn't reach their homes and children. Shikaku. Oi, Shikaku. Inoki knocked on his friend's door panicky. Open the door, for God's sake. Shikaku. What? He asked, yawning. What's with your face? The Nara man noticed everybody running to the gates. What? Yoshino appeared on a nightdress with Shikamaru on her arms. If I told you, you wouldn't believe it. So take a look and join us. Inoki ran with the rest of the shinobis. Shikaku and Yoshino looked to the gates, seeing the same unpleasant sight the rest of the village was watching. God, Shikaku said. Sure, God's name was used many times in that night. I need to aid them. Yoshino grabbed his clothes. He stared at his wife, seeing her crying. Don't go, you will get K, she cried. Kyuubi's roars resounded all over the village, deafening its inhabitants. Shikamaru started crying. You can't leave me and your child alone, don't do that. I beg you. Shikaku. He looked down. Inoki also has a small baby and he went there. I'm going to follow the instructions and go to a safe place. I'll be back, he said, dressing his clothes and running to the gates. Hundreds of shinobis were already there, fighting the beast. Kyuubi was even scarier at close. His saliva bathed his teeth and his red eyes could take our breath away. The ninjas started throwing kunais and shurikens at him, but with just the move of one of his tails, Kyuubi threw more than 20 people through the air. We should try a summoning. Inoki said. Maybe it would work. I don't think so. Jiraiya said. Kyuubi is far more bigger than any of our summoning animals. Kyuubi roared again, immobilizing the shinobis while the sound entered their ears. What? The demon stepped forward and jumped right over the shinobis. Screams filled the place, while Kyuubi started playing with the ninjas, throwing them. He grabbed some with his paw and put them on the mouth, crunching. Konoha's bee splashed and drops of it now painted the face of the ones who remained fighting. Demon Fox. A battalion of leaf ninjas attacked Kyuubi from his back. The demon grinned and, in another show of horrors, he opened his mouth and spit a ball of red chakra. The ninja's body inflamed and fell on the ground, rolling and burning helplessly. Nothing we try seems to harm that thing. Tsunade said, seeing her companions being K. Sure, it was easy for Kyuubi. He K shinobis by stepping on them. He K shinobis by throwing his poison chakra at them. He K shinobis by moving his tails. He K shinobis by eating them. He K. Konoha's odds were falling down. From the hundreds fighting on the beginning, no more than 50 were standing. Kyuubi was getting closer to Konoha's gates, roaring and destroying everything on his path. Inside the village, the ones who stayed behind covered their ears with their hands, so they haven't to hear the demon's roars. Others prayed for that to stop and some were looking from their windows, seeing the demon's tails weaving and hoping for the moment they no longer painted the sky. The ground continued shaking. We had to hold on until Yondaime gets here. A shinobi said. We are doing our best. Another said. The shinobis gathered to attack Kyuubi, using some scrolls. The demon noticed and turned its chakra into tiny balls and then spilled them at the ninjas. They fell like meteors, without exception. The dust from the ground lifted and covered the shinobis. Kyubi continues as strong as he was on the beginning. Hiashi said. His brother was beside him, also using his Byakugan. If we could touched him, but his chakra is poisoned. Shikaku. Chusa saw his friend laying on the ground, from his head. He ran at him, aiding the injured man to get up. Shikaku had 2 huge C on his face. Are you okay? My eyes are filled with I can't see, Shikaku said, panting. Yoshino, Shikamaru, I need to fight for them. This is endless, Jiraiya whispered, binding his hands. Minato, where are you? Come. We need you. Don't a woman cried, holding her husband on her arms. Don't you dare leaving me alone with Hana and Kiba on my own. She held her husband, while tears fell on her tattooed face. You're a Inuzuka, Chum held him tighter. Stupid, Chum cried. Tsunade looked at them and then to Jiraiya. Where are you, Yondaime? She prayed. Come, if there is someone who can hold this beast, it's you. In Konoha, the roars continued to resound and the earthquakes appeared to cease never. Mikoto was holding Sasuke, who was crying a lot, scared. Itachi was looking at the Kyubi's tails waving. Don't cry, Mikoto cried, holding her baby closer to her. There was another deafening roar. Please, stop, Itachi bound his eyes. It screwed up, he appeared to be very angry. It's all my fault. Mikoto-san. She heard a name and looked aside. Abi Uchiha was calling for her. The woman got scared. You're Madara's granddaughter, you have the power, order Kyubi to stop the attack. I can't, she screamed, panicking. I can't use Sharingan. I can do nothing. We are the Uchiha said. Mikoto continued trembling. Mikoto-san, she was hiccuping. But I guess I can. Another voice said. Mikoto recognized and looked aside. It was Phoenix. She smiled. I can stop Kyubi. Brother. Mikoto smiled and walked to him. You can do it. Please. Save Fugaku. He is fighting. Phoenix smiled and put his hand on her face, caressing it. Sure. But for that, sister, Phoenix put his fingers near her eye. I need something you have, Mikoto wasn't understanding. Leave Mom alone, Itachi said. Phoenix grinned to him. What are you going to do? Kid. Phoenix threw a kunai at Itachi, but a moon-shaped shield made of chakra defended him. What? Leave Mom alone, Itachi insisted. Phoenix noticed he wasn't a normal kid. It was you. UK Fuller-san and followed Skuld, finding Kyubi and ordering him to attack us. Phoenix-sama. The other Uchiha said. Phoenix grinded his teeth. You're filthy, Itachi said, ordering to K everyone. How do you know that? Mikoto asked. You're a god's avatar, aren't you? Phoenix asked. Itachi raised his hand at him. Were you the one planning Kushina and Minato's meet, so you could stop something? Ha, you must be feeling pretty bad. Soon, Minato will join Kushina in death. In what depends on us, gods, he will first deal with Kyubi and then with you. Itachi said. Disappear. You can't K me. You're a god, Phoenix said. Itachi closed his eyes. What goes around, comes around. You will be K. Itachi said. Leave. Phoenix left Mikoto and vanished. She looked at Itachi. Sorry, but you will have to forget about this. Itachi erased their minds and looked again at Kyubi Tails. A lineage favored by the gods, will your lucky star shine today? Stars bright a week in full moon days. Kakashi managed to reach the castle and ran to Frigg's bedroom. Sensei, he called, but then he saw Minato sleeping with his child on his arms and his wife near him. What happened? Where is Rin? Sensei. Kakashi had to forget the scene and wake his teacher. He shacked him a little. Sensei, please woke up. Konoha is in danger. Sensei. Minato moved and opened his eyes, looking at his student. Kakashi noticed the tears on his face and the eyes red of crying. What? Have you brought Tsunade, Kakashi? Minato asked. His voice continued trembling. She is fighting, along with everybody else. He said. Minato looked at him. Kyubi no Yoko has attacked our village. I had to break through him to get here. Minato noticed Kakashi was from his arm. Kyubi no, Yondaime realized what that meant. Yoko. The nine-tailed demon fox. Yes. Please, Sensei. They need you. They are It's worse than a warscape. Kakashi confessed. I can notice it by your expression. Minato got up, went outside. Kakashi ran after him. The Hokage looked at his child. How am I going to fight that thing? Naruto opened his eyes and looked at his father. Yondaime smiled. I guess I'll have to try everything I know. Minato raised Naruto on the air. Don't worry, baby. Daddy will just go and kick some demons, eh? Minato said, smiling to his baby. Then, Daddy is going to raise you. We will be sleeping on a cradle in my office, while I work until late in the night. Then, when you've grown up a little more, I'm going to teach you how to walk, how to speak, I will hear you calling me, Daddy, and I will smile. Kakashi looked at his sensei and then down. You will enter in the academy and I'm going to be there in every parents' reunions. I'm going to get time to teach you all the ninjutsu I know. Then, Minato sniffed, crying. When you turn into a teenager, we are going to argue all day long, disagreeing one with the other, but yet, we will always go to the public baths and eat something together. I'm proudly going to see you turning into a great shinobi, so, one day, I'm going to see you getting married, thing that wait for me, Naruto. I will return. Minato kissed Naruto's forehead and gave him to Kakashi. Stay here, I'll be back. Sensei, Kakashi looked at Naruto and closed his eyes. Minato smiled and bit his finger, summoning Gamma Bunter. The frog boss appeared with his pipe on the mouth. Minato, long time no. Gamma Bunter noticed he wasn't in the right mood to talk. What happened? The Hokage jumped to the mighty frog's head. I'm going to need your help. Head to Konoha, Minato said. The frog gave a huge jump. So, Konoha is being attacked by a demon. Minato explained. Gamma Bunter's eyes opened wide. I'm going to need your help to fight him. And how exactly are you going to that? Gamma Bunter asked. Minato closed his eyes. With my arms and legs. Minato answered. They saw Kyuubi tails on the horizon. Just their size could scare anyone. I hope that they're in good shape. Gamma Bunter stopped behind Kyuubi. Jiraiya recognized him. Minato, Jiraiya smiled, just like the other ninjas, who screamed, cheering the Hokage. Hope appeared to have returned. Kyuubi looked back, seeing Minato's blonde hair with tones of silver thanks to the full moon's light. Name? Kyuubi asked. His voice was scary. Yondaime Hokage. Minato answered. The Hokage saw the SB of his companions and sent Kyuubi an angry look. I asked for your name. Kyuubi screamed, releasing another deafening sound. All put their hands on the ears, except for Minato, who continued staring at Kyuubi. Jiraiya noticed Minato's expression. He is not okay, what happened? He looks empty, Jiraiya whispered. Namikaze Minato. Sure Namikaze is not your name. Kyuubi started shinning. All got ready to defend themselves from an attack, but the demon's chakra concentrated and landed on Gamma Bunter's head. Kyuubi went back into his human-shaped form. Minato and the other Leafs were caught by surprise. But you must be Minato, Ryazaki's kid. Ryazaki, father. Minato remembered all the times Kageru talked with him about his father. Suddenly, the Hokage remembered that night, 23 years ago, when he left his castle, along with his caretaker, seeing a huge monster destroying everything. It was you were the one who killed my father and the Nakamura clan. Kyuubi smiled. And your grandfather and the ones who came before him. Kyuubi evilly confessed. Minato grasped his teeth. Why have you came to Konoha? Why are you innocents? Minato screamed. Kyuubi put his finger on one of his ears and then looked at Minato. I'm going to punish you for this. Yeah, whatever, Kyuubi mocked. Minato bound his hands. Hello, somebody inside that head. I'm a demon. If they were innocents, I couldn't have harmed them. Minato gazing him. The more the sins a person has, the stronger a demon would be against it. You should be accusing your companions and not me. How dare you? Minato was about to punch Kyuubi, but he blocked the attack with his punch. What? Kyuubi whistled. Your speed is praiseworthy, Minato. Now try to see mine. Kyuubi punched Minato's belly. The Hokage coughed some B. What an heavy punch. Yeah, I have to remember, I'm not fighting a human. Of course you're not. Minato startled. You're fighting a great duke. Kyuubi threw Minato at the air and jumped above him. My powers, none in Konoha can defeat me. Kyuubi kicked Minato on the back. The Hokage screamed, falling on Gamma Bunter's back. The demon was about to kick him again, but the giant frog caught him with his tongue. Minato got up, coughing more B. Oi, frog, this battle is between me and Blonde A. Let me go. Sorry, Highness, but you see, you're fighting on my body. Gama Bunter said. Kyuubi opened his mouth and bite the frog's tongue, making him pain, freeing the demon. Kyuubi landed near Minato, who stared him. The demon appeared to be intrigued, while the Hokage grabbed one of his kunais and charged at him, but Kyuubi held his hand and pulled it up, facing the man in the eyes. Why aren't you using black iron? Kyuubi asked. Minato had no idea what he was talking about. Kyuubi looked aside. He doesn't know, does he? Kurogen's ghost noticed he was talking to him and lowered his look. How annoying. Kyuubi kicked Minato's chin with his knee. The Hokage fell on the ground again. Well, business is business. Must K him. Kyuubi grabbed Minato by the hair. The Hokage You really are weak. In your condition, I think I would prefer to fight a member of the Nakamura clan. At least, they didn't go down so quickly. I'm not giving up, Minato said. Kyuubi smiled. You'll pay for everything you have done tonight. The demon felt a kunai his leg. I'm going to K you. How? I'm curious. Tell me. Kyuubi mocked, tickling Minato's nose with his tail. You really don't believe a kunai can K me. You know, I'm immune to poison. Minato startled. Yes, I can read your mind. I will K you, even if it is to give Konoha one more second of life. I will fight, even for one more second. Minato said. I will not rest, as long as there is something like you threatening my village. The Hokage punched Kyuubi's face. My people will no longer be and they will rise once again. Attacking on a impulse. Kyuubi said. Sure, that way, I can't read your mind. That will be funnier. Kyuubi opened his eyes wide. I wanna fight you that way. The demon rose his hand at Konoha. Show me, the dragon within you. There were explosions all over Konoha. Minato's eyes opened wide, seeing his village burning and hearing the screams of his people. He attacked Konoha, Tsunade said. My babies. They were inside, Chum screamed. No way. Jiraiya bound his hands. We was playing with us all this time. He could have destroyed Konoha right from the beginning, although, he preferred to amuse us with a terror show. That demon. Ha ha. Kyuubi laughed. Scream, Konoha, burn. I'm going to eat you all on the supper and the rest on the breakfast. Ha ha. You demon. Minato kicked him, making the demon free his hair. Then, the Hokage threw Kyuubi on the air and started hitting him. Kyuubi groaned, but Yondaime appeared above him and kicked him with his feet. The Biju fell on Gama Bunter, while Minato took out his pocket dozens of his kunais, throwing them at Kyuubi. Hiraishin no Jutsu. Kyuubi noticed a yellow flash coming on his direction, and moved quickly. None could see what was going on. Minato and Kyuubi moved so fast, they only saw flashes of light. Kyuubi caught one of Minato's kunais and used it to defend from his attacks. The Hokage teleported himself from one kunai to another, trying to ail the demon, who could see where he was going to appear and then defend from the attack. The kunais stopped falling and Minato looked at Kyuubi. The demon was unharmed. Minato took more kunais. You really are fast. Kyuubi praised, as Minato was staring him. But the result of this battle was decided right from the beginning. I'm going to win. Sorry, but I can't here. I've got things to do. Minato said. Kyuubi knit his brows and smiled overjoyed. You. The demon licked his lips. You're no longer immortal. Minato found it strange. Seems to me, that I'm going to have a meal like one I didn't have since 23 years ago. Kyuubi put his hands on the ground, looking like a fox. He was releasing a roar between his teeth. He must be able to recover himself from damage. That's why he is unharmed, even when I him lots of times with Hiraishin. Minato said, watching Kyuubi, who was drooling. I have to destroy his body all at once, or at least, see him in half. Kyuubi charged upon Minato. Rasengan. Minato was about to use his technique on Kyuubi's head, but the demon dodged and got hit on the arm, which disappeared. Minato smiled. What? Thinking a missing arm can stop me? Kyuubi asked. His chakra surrounded his shoulder and formed a new arm. Minato got surprised. Be surprised not. I told you before. I'm a demon. No human can K me. Pity you're not an angel or a god. Kyuubi kicked Minato's face. The Hokage fell on the ground paining. Minato. Jiraiya was about to enter in the battle, but Kyuubi sent him a bad look. Move forward and I'll kill not only you, but the rest of that crappy village and your comrades on the ground. Kyubi threatened. Jiraiya didn't move, showing his hate at Kyubi. Hate me the much you want, human. Against me, the only thing you can do is fearing me. Fear, human. All of you. S of the living. Kyubi grabbed Minato by the N, suffocating him. This man here, Yondaime Hokage, I'm going to kill him slowly, until I see you all piss with fear. Ha, that will be funny. Kyubi clapped his fingers and there was another explosion in Konoha. More screams. You will never kill me. Minato said. For as long as I breathe, I can attack you. Kyubi's eyes opened wide and looked up. Wind-made blades filled the sky, all pointing at him. My people shall not be again. The blades hit Kyubi, B filled the place. Minato got up. Gamma Bunter M. Sorry, Gamma Bunter. I ended up LU too. No problem. Gamma Bunter said. But he continues to breath. Minato looked at Kyubi, seeing him getting up, with his body all sea. You pissed me off, Kyubi said, while his wounds healed. Let me show you how we deal with things in hell. The demon started making some hand seals, molding chakra. He is coming. Minato also started concentrating chakra. I wanna taste that bee again, that god-blessed bee. Kyubi ran at Minato. Suddenly, the demon turned into a black shadow that moved at a high speed through Gamma Bunter's body and caught Minato from below. Kyubi's chakra burned his skin and forced him to fall. The shadow turned back into Kyubi, holding Minato's arms and legs under him. The Hokage felt Kyubi's saliva falling on his face. Fear not, as soon as I kill you, I'll leave your village. But first, Kyubi was looking at Minato with gluttony's eyes, as if the man was going to give him lots and lots of pleasure. The Hokage continued struggling, maddening Kyubi. Stay still. He screamed and punched Minato's face, making him suffer from a huge pain. His right eye was paining a lot and could see no longer. See. Now, let me enjoy it. I'm not, Minato M. Kyubi punched him again. B was painting Minato's face. Kyubi smiled and licked it, causing the Hokage to feel disgusted. Sure it tastes good. Kyubi confessed. He is eating my B. Minato thought. Kyubi stared Minato, much blushed. Your bee is the nectar of the gods. Ah, eat, just tasting, makes me so. Minato stared Kyubi's eyes. Your father gave me pleasures like none human could. Give me that sensation again, dragon child. Kyubi opened his mouth, showing his sharpened teeth and bit Minato's shoulder, crunching and eating it. Minato screamed a lot. It was so painful. The leaves were scared, hearing his screams. Is Kyubi devouring him? Anoiki asked. We need to save him. Shikaku said, on Chuse's arms. Kyubi will kill us if we try to move closer, Tsunade remembered and then looked at Jiraiya. Sure, his hate towards Kyubi was huge. Seeing the student he loved as a son in that situation was not good for him, it was the worst. Stop! Minato shrieked. Kyubi was sending some of his chakra into Yondaime's body, making him go numb. I'm not going to let you. The Biju punched Minato's belly. The Hokage was about to court some B, but Kyubi covered his mouth with the hand. Don't you dare wasting your B. You're mine now. Kyubi hugged Minato. The demon was so blushed and had the face of someone who was feeling a satisfaction like no other. Just mine. Kyubi came Minato, sucking the B from his mouth. Now, let me feed on you and your tasty B. Kyubi crunched Yondaime's shoulder again, once this one couldn't move. Minato stared the full moon above him. So white, shining so much, why isn't the moon so big as it was on the hidden moon? Minato thought. Kyubi's chakra was making him feel drowsy. I remember, the moon there was so beauty, the way it made the ice shine in the sea and in the glade of spirits, such a beautiful moon. When I was training with Akatsuki, that glade looked like a place from heaven. Minato's eyes opened wide, as he remembered a phrase Akatsuki said. The death god's powers are at their zenith in full moon days. Every god, angel or demon are at their prime in full moon days. Never use Shiki-Fujin on a full moon day, it will cost your life. Shiki-Fujin, what does that technique make? Minato tried to remember. Shiki-Fujin is a technique made by Kurogen to seal Skuld back into her medium's body. Shiki-Fujin serves to seal anything within the body of someone, as long as you have the strength to pull the spirit out of the body. It always works if you're the strongest. Frigg's father's voice resounded on his head. To seal anything, Minato smiled. The Hokage hugged Kyuubi, who continued blush-drinking B. Enjoy your meal, Great Duke. Minato said. Kyuubi looked at him. It will be the last time you're going to taste my family's B. Minato released his chakra and turned it into wind, the monster. Kyuubi let him go, seeing Minato getting up, with his arm be a lot. I'm going to KU. I guess hell will need to find another Great Duke. Minato took 2 of his kunais and molded his chakra so it could look like swords. Kyuubi's eyes opened wide, while Minato crossed the swords in front of his face. Sleep for a while, Great Duke Kyuubi no Yoko. Minato jumped and moved his sword, filling the air with his chakra. That move, Kyuubi recognized it. No way, you are. The wind got sharper and concentrated all behind Minato. The amount of chakra was chilling. The wind took the shape of a dragon and the Hokage's swords shined as if they were its eyes. Futen. Fafnir's great greed. Minato screamed, throwing his swords at Kyuubi, impelling him against Konoha's wall. The wind rose and see everything on its path. Kyuubi's body was see down on 5 parts. When the dust fell, the Konoha shinobis could see Minato, with one of his swords craved on Kyuubi's forehead. The demon was a lot. Minato, Jiraiya ran at him. Is he S? Chum asked. No, Minato said, holding the sword still. Kyuubi can regenerate his body, but after this attack, it will take a while for him to recover. What do we do? Hiashi asked. Minato looked at him and then to his comrades, who were all torn up. Jiraiya noticed Minato's shoulder's wound. Your shoulder. Minato, let us heal you. Jiraiya asked, very worried with his student's condition. Minato sent him a cute smile. We have no time for that, where is Sandaime? Minato asked. We advised him to stay inside, in case Kyuubi breaks through us. Shikaku explained. Minato looked again at Kyuubi. Jiraiya-sensei, can you do me a favor? Anything. Jiraiya answered. Get a frog scroll and build me a reinforcement seal for an hacker seal, a little like a key. Minato asked. Jiraiya found it strange. Do that to me, please. I need to get my partner for finishing Kyuubi. Minato left his sword on Kyuubi's head. Sorry. Why were you late? Chum asked. Minato looked at her, seeing she was holding her husband on her arms. The Hokage took his white jacket and covered the body. She looked at him. Someone very important to me a little before Kyuubi appeared. Minato explained. Jiraiya and Tsunade realized it could only be Frigg or her baby. I was delayed. I'm so sorry. Minato cleaned the bee from the fallen Inuzuka with his hand. I'll no longer let my leaves pain alone, none of you shall pain again. I'm going to finish this. The Hokage got up and turned his back at them. Minato, Jiraiya called. I'll be back. Minato smiled again at them. You will rest tonight. All of them felt their hearts paining, as if Minato, I'm your Hokage. I will protect you all. The white and golden half-angel half-demon wings appeared on Minato's back. Look over Kyuubi and beware, he can read your mind. Minato flew away. Yondaime, Jiraiya whispered and started making the reinforcement key. Minato flew and reached his castle. Kakashi had found Rin and the two were in the garden. Sensei. Rin ran at him. And Kyuubi, is he S? Kakashi asked. You're fine, Rin. Minato said. I'm so sorry, I can't remember what happened. I fainted on the kitchen, if I didn't leave Kushina's side, she explained. Minato caressed her face. It's okay. He calmed her down. The Hokage took Naruto from Kakashi's arms. Tell me, Kakashi, what's your dream? Kakashi looked at him. I don't know, Kakashi stared Rin. I guess I never thought on that, but I want to be a great ninja, just like you. Minato smiled. I love training you too, and Obito too. Minato caressed Naruto's face. Return to Konoha at the sunrise, Minato smiled to them. Goodbye. He flew away. Why did he take Naruto-chan? Rin asked. Isn't the fight with Kyuubi over? Then, why do we have to stay here? While flying, Minato was holding Naruto tightly. You're the only one who can save us, Naruto. Minato said. Naruto looked at his father, who smiled. Don't hate me for this. Minato closed his eyes and remembered when he and Kageru were in Konoha for the first time. See, Kageru said on his memories. This is Konoha. As you are my only family, Konoha is yours. Love them as much as I love you and they will repay back your love. Konoha is your family, Minato-sama. Remember, all in your family loved it, and I'm sure, you will love too. Minato saw his village on the horizon. Kageru, you loved me so much you gave your life for me, without even thinking twice, without consider your lineage could be extinguished. I will also give my life for Konoha, without any fear. Kurogen looked at Minato. Section he is going to use Shiki-Fujin. Section Kurogen said. Section my family is protected by two gods and one of them is the death god. As forward, Minato's Shiki-Fujin will be the strongest, but, his life, more, his soul. Section Kurogen looked down. Section I'm with you. Do it, for the village you love. Section. Kyuubi recovered his body and the sword Minato placed on his head fell. The demon got up, while the Konoha ninjas were staring at him. That move, Kyuubi whispered. It was the one Goldrake used against Kurogen and that ended up K the king. Kyuubi smiled. I see, Minato is Goldrake's reincarnation. Kyuubi looked at the shinobis. All noticed his red eyes and the whiskers painted on his face. Your Hokage is pretty good, but... Kyuubi saw Minato landing on Gama Bunta's head and speaking with the frog. None will take the pleasure of tasting dragon's beer away from me. Are you sure? That's too risky. Gama Bunta alerted. Minato smiled. It's the only way. Lend me your chakra, and Konoha will no longer be. Minato insisted. Kyuubi jumped and landed a little far from Minato. Oi, I'm still angry. Kyuubi said and was about to run at Minato, but suddenly. What? His body didn't move forward. How? Why? Why isn't my body? Kyuubi felt weak. I can't move. He realized something and looked at the Hokage. A baby. You wouldn't. Kyuubi continued paralyzed. You know, you are so arrogant and full of yourself, that you told me the ways to defeat you. Minato explained, walking near Kyuubi, making the demon feeling weaker. First, you told me that the more sins a person has, the stronger you get. Second, you told me only an angel or a god could KO you. Minato stared Naruto. A newborn baby. Minato smiled carefully at his child. He's a new soul without any sin, only innocence lives within his heart. You can't KO him. The gods forbid you. Kyuubi was sweating. But, Kyuubi tried to move, but he couldn't. Your chakra is too great to be sealed within only my body. Minato confessed. Plus, you would be able to free yourself with such great power. But, chakra and body work together as the yin and the yang. So, Minato placed Naruto on Gama Bunta and started making hand seals. I will separate you in two, so you cannot get free. Kyuubi's eyes opened wide. Minato joined his hands and then opened, showing a yin-yang symbol. He extended his arms, separating the yin from the yang. Minato ran at Kyuubi and touched his body, crossing his arms and placing his hands on the demon's sea. May the black separate from the white, the day from the night. Come before me disorder and chaos, separate the waters and bring defeat to my enemy. Yin, yang. Kyuubi felt his body paining, such as Minato. The demon's chakra was so great Minato had to pass through lots of trouble trying to split it. Kyuubi's right side of the kimono turned white and the left black and suddenly, his body divided into two cubes. What? The cubes looked at each other. Minato was panting. You idiot. What are you planning? To call a god and seal you within me, for eternity. Minato confessed and started making hand seals. Hitsuji. U. Inu. Ne. Tori. Uma. Mi. Fuan Jutsu. Shiki-Fujin. The death god appeared behind Minato, holding his soul. The death god released some scary sounds, resembling the ones from Kyuubi. The Hokage bounded his hands. I can't go back. Konoha, Naruto, I'll do this for you. Minato thought. If you seal both of us in your body, we will reunite and your last technique will be useless. The black Kyuubi said. Minato smiled. I'm going to seal only one of you within me. The other, Minato picked Naruto. Will be sealed within my child, so it cannot harm him. The Hokage K Naruto's face, enjoying the K the much he could. My baby, it seems that I will not be there for you as I promised, but I will think about you all the time. I'm sure Konoha is going to look over you, as the hero you are. So young, and thanks to that, Kyuubi will not attack Konoha again. Always keep good thoughts within your mind and that monster will never harm the ones you love. Minato cried. I love you. Never show fear. Never give up. You're Yondaime Hokage's child. None will ever compare with you. None. Minato turned to the death god, who released another creepy sound. Use my soul to seal one of them within me and the other inside Naruto. Spare my baby of any pain, I beg you. The death god smiled. The Hokage breathed deep. Let's go. Minato ran at the white-dressed Kyuubi and held him. His body was paining, sure it hurt, sure it was hard to hold Kyuubi, but if he didn't do it, none would. He had to succeed. The god's arm got within his soul and appeared on Minato's belly, pulling Kyuubi within him. It pained so much. Minato felt his arms and legs being pushed aside and break as if they were the limbs of a puppet. Father, look at me. Kageru, show me your smile. Minato called, in pain. Konoha shinobis were looking at him, hearing his praise and praying with him. I will not, my eyes will always be open to see the wall of fire flourish, may my soul find no rest as long as Konoha is in danger, for the days of life that I still have and for the nights that will never come, for the children of my child and for the children of Konoha. My people will not be again. Because, if I is today, it will be for love. For the love I have towards Konoha. Minato screamed, losing his strength to maintain up. Kyuubi continued entering within his body. The Hokage coughed lots of B, so many B. His chakra ran out and he started using Gamma Buntas, until he finished sealing the Yin Kyuubi. The frog also felt pain, but not as much as Yondaime. Near Konoha, Akatsuki and Isuki were running, raiding their white wolves, and saw the light of the seal in the sky. What is that? Isuki asked. Ryokugan tried to focus and was got by surprise. It's the death god, Akatsuki said. Minato is using Shiki Fujin. Why? On a full moon's night. I have to help him. Ryokugan touched on his wolf, but Surin put herself in front of him. What are you doing? Be wise, cute little brother. Surin said. If Konoha is under attack, Frigg must be in danger. Your mission is to protect her, not Yondaime. But, he is paining. Akatsuki screamed. Surin sent him a bad look. Go for the scald. If Frigg Mirai will be in trouble. Surin remembered him. He looked down. I'm a medical nin, I'll be much worthy to flash now. Try to find Frigg. Okay. Ryokugan ordered his wolf to track Frigg's scent, while Surin ran to Konoha. There, all the ninjas could see Minato and Kyuubi. Minato, Jiraiya called, with the scroll on his hands, worry with his student. Hold on, please. Tsunade entreated. He is sealing Kyuubi within his body. Hiashi said, seeing it with his Byakugan. But, he's out of chakra, he is using the frog's one. Hisashi completed. The Yin Kyuubi disappeared completely, within Yondaime. Gamma Bunta disappeared. Minato started falling into the ground. I did it, the death god got Naruto on one of his hands and the Yang Kyuubi on the other. No way, he was able to perform the technique, and had power to seal half of me and now, Kyuubi looked at the death god. The death god caught him and sealed the monster within Naruto, who started crying. Minato was falling, but Kurogen's ghost caught him and softened the fall. The Hokage screamed when he felt the impact with the ground. Kurogen looked up to Naruto and the death god. Section it worked. Section. The shinobis smiled and felt relief, celebrating, but then they saw Minato on the ground, B&B. In the village, a ninja called for Sandaime. Hokage Sama. Yondaime, he has defeated Kyuubi. The shinobi said. Sandaime ran quickly at his successor. He did it, he defeated that thing. Sandaime smiled proudly. That kid. Sure he was tailed to be Hokage. All the shinobis surrounded Minato, worried with him. Are you okay? Inoki asked. Minato continued looking at Naruto with the only eye of his that could see, feeling his life going away. Hold still, we will take you to the hospital. Tsunade said. Surin reached them and passed through the shinobis. Some looked at her seeing her big black mantle. She stared Minato on the ground, seeing his half-S body. He had B coming out of his mouth and his clothes were also B. Yondaime. Surin said. The man smiled at Surin, recognizing her. You really are such a fool. I needed to save my village, Yondaime cough a lot of B. Surin continued looking at him, just like everybody around them. Minato no longer felt pain and felt weaker at every second. I made it, my village is safe. Surin looked around. Everything was burnt or destroyed. Yeah, you did a great job. If you say it looks safe now. Surin euphemized with a sarcastic tone on her voice. She noticed Yondaime was looking up. She raised her head and noticed a red amount of chakra falling softly. All the ninja looked at it. That's. Chun remembered the chakra. It's Kyubi chakra, someone said. All became a little nervous. Yondaime smiled. The amount of chakra fell softly on Yondaime's sea. The chakra disappeared, showing a beautiful blonde baby crying a lot. Minato felt so happy, feeling his child on his body again. This baby, Naruto, Yondaime was losing the bright of his eyes. Surin noticed. I'm losing my strengths, I can't move my body. Minato thought. It is useless, Isuki, Yondaime said, quietly and slowly, noticing she also realized, the shinobis felt very sad and broken. I noticed. Surin said. Tell Akatsuki, I'm sorry, Yondaime said, while his eyes were getting darker. I'm alone, I was not in time. Minato remembered Kushina smiled and felt very sad. The one he loved so much. The one he fought for. The one he cared for. The one who bared his child, Yondaime looked to Surin. The only noise they heard was from Naruto's cry and the burning noise from the village. Do me, Yondaime coughed Morbi. His shinobis tried to get closer to him, but Tsunade told them to stay back so he could breath. Surin continued looking to him. Do me a favor, I want to hug him, one last time. Yondaime's voice was barely heard, but he wanted to speak his last desire. Please, Shay. Surin kneeled down and grabbed Yondaime's arm. She put his hand above Naruto's back. Then, Ku? Yondaime smiled again, feeling his child, the one he desired so much, near him for one last time. Now, he could happy. Surin continued looking to him. Yondaime. Someone screamed. Surin looked aside and saw Jiraiya and the third Hokage. It can't be. What have you done, young boy? Sandaime said, shocked with Minato's state. Yondaime moved his lips to speak, but he was too tired to answer. The third felt so sorry, seeing he was at the gates of death. Yondaime. Hold still, we'll take you to the hospital. Jiraiya said, but then he perceived Surin, surprised by seeing her there, but noticing her expression looking at Minato. It's useless, isn't it? Tears appeared on Jiraiya's eyes. Surin looked again at Minato. Sandaime, Jiraiya-sensei, don't blame Naruto for my death. I want him to be seen as a hero, who his body for the good of Konoha. Take care of him, he is alone, just like me. Yondaime looked to the moon on the starish night. I'm coming to you. Minato smiled and breathed deeply. Please God, let me be at her side, for eternity. Yondaime's eyes lost the bright of life completely. I hope you can have someone to look over you, Naruto, Konoha's hero, I love you. Kushina, is it good in heaven? Would you make me a raspberry cake? We could eat it together, while seeing the huge full moon leaned on each other, laughing together, Kushina. Yondaime stopped breathing and tears fell from his now lifeless eyes. Minato. Jiraiya called with a trembling voice and shacked him, but he was no longer there to answer. Surin covered her face with her hand. No, please. Jiraiya started crying, such as everybody. Rest in peace, Yondaime. Thank you. Sarutobi said, crying. Everyone continued looking at Minato. Heaven waits for you. Kurogen looked at the old Hokage. Section Heaven, I'm so sorry, Minato, section. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.